I finished my secondary education during the Second World War, and like most of us at that time, we were keen to get in the services. I was medically examined by the Navy down here at Port Melbourne, and then they gave me a little card, told me, "We'll call you, don't call us." Then I did the air crew because I was very keen on getting the Air Force. And again, don't call us, we'll call you. Obviously the Navy and the Air Force decided they could win the war without me. So I enlisted in the AIF when I was 18. We were about 2 days' march off the Manchurian border, the Yalu River. That's where the Chinese came in. And because of the heavy losses to the Americans, not so much to ourselves, we had a miserable withdrawal, which lasted some weeks. And some of my abiding memories are of going through the deserted city of Seoul, and the city was dead. And the trams were there, of course not running, no vehicles, anything like that, just a deserted city. And then we crossed the Han River, which is just south of Seoul, and we went down about another 60 miles south of Seoul. And this was during the winter time. And the Han River was so iced over, you could drive over, and in fact tanks drove across it, so the ice was that thick. And then we were south of Seoul for a number of weeks, and then we gradually advanced again back over the 38th parallel. We were at the Battle of Kapyong, which stemmed one of the Chinese offences. That was about the 23rd, 24th of April, 1951. I was sent by the CO down to United States Army airstrip and did reconnaissance. We were flying a bit just into where the enemy had knocked us, made us retreat, and there was a river. And on the far side of the river, and we're only about 1,000 feet high, so you could see easily, there was a troop of Chinese cavalry, and they were on horses. And to this day, I can still remember their crossed bandoliers. They had great coats on. There were about 20 horsemen all told. Interesting and very morbid place was we had an airstrip very close to Belsen, and after takeoff or just climbing away from the strip in the woods there, we could look down. I could look down over my left shoulder and see the huge graves. You know, no crosses, of course, because they're mainly Jewish, but and the mounds and the mass burials there and so on, and some of the things that have stuck in my mind, because they were marched from the nearest railway station up to Belsen, which is about a couple of miles through the woods there and so on. It's all forested there. And when they reached Belsen, there were loudspeakers there playing Ode to Joy. Terrible when you think about it. Some of the evenings we used to go out to the local inns and so on for a beer, you know, the British officers and myself. And we'd look at the German people, people who perhaps then my age, and we'd say they must have known what was going on, because it's just down the road. Must have known what was going on, but there it is.